Hey there, everybody. Matt Carter here.
I'm Jessica Carter from CARTERMATT.com.
And this video is our NCIS Season 17, Episode 16 preview. And this is going to be about one of the weirder episodes that we've had coming up this season, but also possibly one of the more entertaining ones.
Yep.
Like, I'm just not even going to try to pronounce the title because I always say it wrong. But this is an episode that's going to be about basically a coin. Yes, it is all about a coin, but it is also about getting a chance to let the actors do some fun stuff that's not just playing their same characters. We will explain as this goes along. Before we do, though, if you like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other updates. And also, we just finished our reaction. It may include discussion about slipstream parties, desserts, fine baked goods. Enjoy.
Fine baked goods.
Yeah, I mentioned bump cake, and I kind of regret that now. But you know, there's no going back.
There's no going back to instead bring up blackberry cobbler.
Yeah, I know, like an actual dessert I really
fine.
like. But yeah, okay. So episode 16, it is airing next week, and how this is gonna work is a little bit like this. It's all going to begin with the NCIS team doing what they do best, obviously.
Yeah.
But in the midst of this just investigation into a body and what happened, they find a coin. And then it just so turns out that this coin has a very particular value, and that leads to questions of how did this person end up with this coin? And then from there we go into a little bit of role play, and that we're going to see various characters try to reenact the journey of this coin. You may have seen Wilmer Valderrama in a mustache at some point on social media.
That mustache was so dope. I loved it.
I remember when that came out, I think the two of us, we had like that split second where we actually thought Torres died when he got run over in the hit and run and he had gotten another job. It was just like, no way NCIS is letting Torres have that mustache
Yeah,
full time.
I didn't know what was going on with that mustache. I thought maybe he had another movie kind of going on or something else happening. Yeah, that when I saw that mustache, I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on, but that mustache is something special.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to pretend like having, characters reenact another story as other characters. Like, this isn't the most revolutionary thing in the world.
But it's still fun.
It is fun, and it's always been fun pretty much every other time a show has done this. And I feel like if you are Wilmer or Emily Wickersham or any of the other cast members, you probably, I'm sure you enjoy playing your characters, but there's probably also that part of you that's like, man, it would be fun to do something a little bit different here or there.
Yeah, and I'm sure for people like Mark, who's been doing this show forever, just playing the same character forever, to kind of have like a spin on his own character in a different way, this is gonna, I'm sure, be really fun for him.
Yeah.
Or for Shawn. Like, it's a little bit different after so many seasons.
And I feel like NCIS knows they have something really fun in this episode because we've seen some promotional photos, including the mustache, but we haven't seen it for all the characters yet, which hopefully they're all going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
But I feel like they're just saving some of them so that we can have the element of surprise of like, oh, here is Gibbs dressed in some really weird outfit that Gibbs would never wear.
I can't see it that not everyone is going to have something. Like, that would be really disappointing.
Yeah, it would be. I hope that they take advantage of this and run with it to the fullest. I mean, yeah, there's going to be, I think, an immediate criticism of this episode where it's like, okay, well, this is all going to be... It's not really a what if, because they are telling a story. It's just a story of characters that aren't really them. But I know there will be a lot of people that will be like, okay, none of this really matters. But...
Yeah, but when you think about some of NCIS's episodes, it's not that they don't matter, but that the cases are all within this sort of bubble of this one episode. So having them do it this way, it is still a bubble episode, and you're still getting the case in this one episode. It's just a bit of different storytelling.
And I think this is another really good episode, though, for actually getting inside the producers' heads and getting a chance to really see how they feel about certain things. Because I would not be surprised if we see Bishop and Torres play characters who are in love with each other and they have some sort of interesting romantic chemistry. And I feel like this will be NCIS's way of sort of nodding to something that could be coming up down the road.
No, I totally agree. They have that picture out there of them sort of like kind of looking at each other in that way. And I think that this is a great way for NCIS as well to pay it out for these two characters, because I think they're going to get together eventually, but I think they are on a real slow ride. So I think this is a cool way to give people who are shipping these two that little bit of love that they can enjoy. Maybe we'll get a kiss, maybe we'll get something else, a dance, a hugs, touches. I don't know what we're going to get, but I think we're going to get something.
Yeah.
But then it doesn't really connect back to the two of them in real life. So we'll still be, I think, waiting a little while.
Probably so, but I think this is a nice way for the writers to sort of be like, hey guys, we know you love Bishop and Torres together. Yeah. We hear ya. It's sort of like this is almost an appetizer in some ways. I mean, it reminds me of this episode of Hawaii Five-0 where you've got like Danny imagining the future and like Junior and Tani are together.
Yeah.
And it's like long before they actually seem to start to get together. So I like the What If episodes. I think they're fun. I think they're interesting. I wish I could sort of come up with like ideal situations as to who various other people could be playing.
I would love, and I know it's not that far out of there because, you know, Gibbs is an investigator to some degree, but I would love to have that kind of more of a, and I know it's not like a film noir, but a little more of that sort of film noir type of detective with the hat and the, you know, the kind of fun speak and all that. But I mean, I don't really know what they're going to do with him, if anything at all. I just really hope there'll be something.
I want Shawn Murray with like one of those old like 1930s gangster accents. Like give Shawn Murray the funny, because Shawn Murray's hilarious. So I think just give him some really fun stuff, and this episode will kind of take off. But you know, here is kind of the tricky part about this episode and the aftermath of it, is that at least for right now, there's no confirmed next episode beyond 16. So this could be the last one for a little while, maybe for a couple weeks or so.
Yeah, we're kind of coming up into that time after February where they take a week off, 2 weeks off here or there to kind of spread out the last episodes that they have and make it last till May. So
yeah,
I would expect that we're going to be having a couple skip weeks here and there.
So while we do navigate these skipped weeks, I mean, let's just think a little bit about right now, because hopefully we'll have some more details about the future next week when we're doing our episode 17. But what is still left? We know we have the 400th episode coming up.
Yep.
It has been hyped forever.
Yeah, and it looks like there's going to be focus on Ducky and Gibbs.
Which is great, because it feels like Ducky has maybe been in like 3 episodes this season.
Not enough.
He is he's really sort of in the same spot now that Linda Hunt is on LA, where they're just like barely a major part of this. But yeah, I think we're going to get a lot of those two in the 400th episode. We still do not have any follow-up on the Fernell story from the end of last season.
Yeah, and we haven't even had any Fernell really at all. Like, he needs to come back. There needs to be more of a follow-up on what's going on. We did still have sort of Gibbs on his sturgeon fishing trip or whatever was going on there that I like to think might have had something to do with what was going on.
I hope so.
I don't know, but they really need to circle that back to that story. It needs to come back.
You know what else we need? More Vance. Like, I was starting to think about this tonight.
Yeah, where is he?
Yeah, it feels like Vance is sort of getting the decreased episode count treatment this season. And yeah, it was like he was kind of a part of the episode, but it was more people talking about Vance and his dating profile.
Yeah, and I mean, Vance is a character I really like, and I really wish there was a little bit more going on with him, that he was just in it a little bit more, he was a little bit more involved. Give me a Vance episode.
It was totally a wasted opportunity that we did not see Vance discovering other people looking at his dating profile, because that would have been probably the funniest moment of this entire episode. That's kind of a bummer. But yeah, I mean, as for anything else, still no word on Ziva and if she's going to be back.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, I don't necessarily need to see Ziva again this season.
Yeah.
Maybe save it for next season. But I'd like some kind of an update of, like, where is she? Did she get to meet up with her family?
Yeah, it just feels like
she was on her way, but who knows what was going on? Can somebody just like, oh, I just got off the phone? And then we also still need some sort of a tie-up of what's going on with Odette. Like, is Bishop actually going to take her up on her offer? Has she been taking her offer and it's just kind of off the screen? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a good question. Maybe that's why she was good in that chase sequence tonight. Maybe she's had like that secret training and we'll get to find out about it.
Yeah, there's some things that really need to get tied up, and there aren't really a lot of episodes left this season.
There's not. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more in the way of answers soon. But let's conclude this video with a question for you guys. What do you want to see on episode 16 of season 17 of NCIS? And also, what do you want to have happen before the end of this season? Give us your thoughts, your theories, so much more in the comments. And if you do like this video, give us a like, subscribe, and you can support us further by checking the link in the description to the CARTERMATT store. And we'll see you here next time.